106.7 WALH. That was Willie Nelson with The Promised Land. Is that what that was?
Yes.
Nice. Yep. I'm here with Joel Hogle. Joel, in 2 words, how you doing today?
Real good.
This is Third Shift.
Whoa, it's Third Shift.
I just want to talk about all the awesome things that are happening.
With Jesse Littleton.
Well, nobody has fun anymore.
My guest is Joe Hogle from Clinton County, Ohio. He's a singer-songwriter, and honestly, I just love it. It's real music for someone that really cares about story, emotion, connecting with an audience, and in my opinion, pretty bad to the bone. This is a piece from one of his songs, Before I Came Around.
Well, now I know what you think. I had too much to drink, and I'm bringing everybody's party down. Oh, that's just not the truth, 'cause there wasn't much to do. Well, even before I came around.
106.7 WALH. I am sitting here with singer-songwriter Joel Hogle. Are you from Clinton County? I guess I don't know. We're going to get into that, but...
No, I'm not. I was from the Midwest, but I'm from northern Indiana. Michiana, they call it.
Michiana. Nice.
The land between Michigan and Indiana.
What? And you're living in Wilmington, Ohio now?
That's correct, yes. Or actually in the country, but right outside.
Nice. What we do with a lot of people, we get into icebreakers, so I'm going to ask you a couple random questions.
Sounds good.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
25, okay. What is your favorite color?
I like yellow.
Yellow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's one of your favorite movies, or what's like a few of your favorite movies? Like what kind of... I hate, because I don't really ever have that answer. I'm not like, oh, that's my favorite movie, but...
No, that's good. Man, Pulp Fiction's really good.
Nice, that's one of mine.
Dig the Tarantino for sure. I also really like this movie, Beasts of the Southern Wild. Came out 2013? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yep.
Pulp Fiction, that's one I feel like it has replay value.
Absolutely.
I was talking with George Bird last night about Memento, Christopher Nolan movie, and that's got a lot of rewatch value, and it kind of got me thinking, but yeah, Pulp Fiction's amazing.
Oh, I can't miss The Big Lebowski.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I gotta say.
You're out of your element, Donnie. What about favorite food? What do you like to eat?
I don't know. I really like food. It's hard to narrow it down. But I did just have pork chops recently on a grill.
Nice.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Nice. All right, so every story has a beginning.
Yes.
Where did yours start? Where were you born?
I was born in Syracuse, or Goshen, Indiana, at the hospital. But I grew up in Syracuse, Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up on a Girl Scout camp property. My dad was the maintenance guy there, so we lived on site.
Nice.
And
how'd you get down south?
A lot of people laugh about that. I got down here because I moved down to live with my girlfriend, now fiance.
Nice.
And yeah, she grows flowers and is sort of attached to the land, and I felt moved to join her.
Great.
So that's what I did.
Well, it's a good mix. Now, growing up in Indiana, was music kind of a part of your life?
Pretty much, yeah. I took piano lessons, and my brother sort of started. He was a lot better at piano than I was. Still is.
Nice.
And he started a band, and he sort of always like plugged me in where I was needed, I guess. And so I was played some bass, played some drums, I picked up guitar early on, never really playing it so much in a lead role for a long time, but I've always been writing songs, I guess, since like 8th grade or something.
Nice. And what made you pick up? I mean, for those of you who don't know, I'm in a band called Granville Fisher, also a songwriter. And I say that just because, when people watch this, I know they're going to be like, who's this guy talking music? Like, he knows something about it. And it's like, well, I do. If you don't believe me, look it up online. But there was a moment, I'm sure, that you had where you picked up a guitar, you joined some words with the music. Mm-hmm. And was there one song that you remember that kind of started that?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't even remember the name of it. one or two songs that I remember from high school. Yeah. One about like a sailor, I guess. Pretty like simple chords. But yeah, there's a moment. It's not like a profound, I guess, burst of light. But yeah, definitely something I can remember.
And have you been consistently writing, since then? Like, how many songs? This is actually an interesting question. How many songs do you realistically think, like, that you wrote?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I've probably completed 30 or 40 songs, probably.
Man, that's a lot.
And, started 100 at least.
Yeah, that's how I think I got a few 100,000 pieces of something,
Yeah.
of unfinished
Right, there's a lot of unfinished.
Well, that's great. Well, since we're talking about it, we'd love for you to play some for us. What are you going to play for us first?
We're going to do Don't Raise a Ladder to the Moon first.
Awesome. Well, you guys are in for a real treat. This is 106.7 WALH. This is Joel Hogle.
Son, if you don't lower your standards, we're gonna take you into the desert and make you drink your own urine and eat a snake or two. 'Cause you see that the world ain't perfect, but we ain't trying to make it. So won't you please stop thinking we weren't even talking to you. It's a long way to the ground when you're sitting up so high. And so don't raise a ladder to the moon if you ain't brave enough to climb. Well, I can see your feet are black, I know your long belly's fat, and boy, it won't be long till Christmas comes around. But it's still awful high, and I'm getting awful lost, thinking on these lonesome dreams and trying to lose these blues. It's a long way to the ground when you're sitting up so high. And so don't raise a ladder to the moon if you ain't brave enough to climb. And don't get sad, Lord, don't get angry, and please don't tell me that you're through. And don't turn on that country western music, at least not until noon. I said, son, if you don't lower your standards, we're gonna take you into the desert and make you drink your own urine and eat a snake or two. Because you see that the world, it ain't perfect, but we're not trying to make it. So won't you please stop drinking? We're trying to talk to you. And it's a long way to the ground when you're sitting up so high. And so don't raise a ladder to the moon if you ain't brave enough to climb. And so don't raise a ladder to the moon if you ain't brave enough to climb.
106.7 WALH. That was Don't Raise the Ladder to the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this part of the interview, we really talk about what's going on with you and where you're headed, what your dreams are, things like that. But I want to tell you a little bit about how I found you, what I think of you, and it's all good things. You know, I can't even...
Feel free, I mean.
Yeah.
Know.
I can't even remember...
Open to criticism.
The first time that I really saw you, honestly, I can't remember exactly. Maybe General Denver, maybe up at the Loft, probably, something like that. But I was blown away. You know, you reminded me of Woody Guthrie, Dylan, you know, kind of thing. A little bit more country, but ultimately being something that's original. You know, like when I listen to you, even if you do a cover of something, you really make it your own. You know, which is a hard thing for a lot of artists to do. But lyrically and just your strumming patterns and everything that you utilize, I can see it might come naturally to you, but I see you're very seasoned, you know, especially for your age. But it sounds like you're playing with Mr. Rob Stuckert a lot more. I've seen you play with a lot of different people, so I know you're starting to build your sound, which is a huge part. And for anyone listening, it's the hardest part. You know, like finding the right guys, finding the right chemistry. It might work for a little while, but to do this and to share your poetry and your songs is a really intimate thing. So, what's happening and what are you guys up to and what's going on?
Yeah, hopefully I'm not blushing too much. That's all kind of you, Jesse. Right now we're trying to work on an album. Me and Rob Stucker and I are in a band. We're kind of looking for a name, and we'll find one here soon. So we're working on an album and, you know, playing shows. I feel like I said something to Rob one time that, you know, I don't really see a life without music being a part of it. And I'm not necessarily a person to just, you know, play in the room or, you know, play to myself for the rest of my life. So it's like, yeah, I just keep playing and finding shows and trying to get people to hear it. I mean, I think, you know, it's hard to reach people this day and age who are really listening to music to hear it. I think a lot of people listen to it just because it's on or because it's cool or something, but I think there's a good amount of people that are seeking out things that sounds and lyrics that are true to them, and that's what I'm trying to do, I guess.
Yeah, and we've said it, and I'll probably say it in every episode for anybody that watches these consistently. But there is this thing, there's this new cool, and it's like honesty. You know what I mean? And I'm totally with you. I think people are so flippin' distracted. I mean, I'm distracted. You know what I mean? Like right now, they're probably getting a Facebook message, an email, my phone's buzzing. You know what I mean? So there's just a whole lot to contend with for people's attention.
Absolutely.
So it's really nice because I crave that too. I want people to slow down. You know, slow down, take it in. You know, look at what you're missing. And I grew up in the funeral business, so I've seen how short life is, whether you're 19 or whether you're 91.
Yeah.
And do you have anything like, you know, obviously when you play, you want people to connect with you lyrically. You were just kind of saying, what do you want from an audience? You know, what do you want, you know, tomorrow? But what do you want for your music? You obviously said you care about it enough to be a part of your life. You know, how do you see that happening?
Yeah,
it's a big question. I mean, for
it
sure.
It is a big question. Yeah, I think, or which one, the audience one or the other one?
How do you think it's going to happen for a guy like you playing the kind of music that you do? Yeah.
That's better. You know, I don't know if it is going to happen. I mean, happen in the sense that I don't know. I got pretty big doubts that I'm ever going to make a living doing this or ever going to reach a national audience.
And let me stop you right there because that's what I want to say. Like that is the most horrific thing I've ever heard from someone. Only because you are so great at what you do, you know, and like it's so rare, you know, that you find somebody that does what you do, especially where we're from. So anyone watching this, I encourage you, find out this guy. Find out a way to help you make a living at this, because some people are designed to do something, I think, you know?
Yeah.
At least that's what I think today. And when I see you and I hear you, it's just it's like, that's what you need to be doing. How can we all help this person? You know what I mean? Somebody gets sick, we all help them to get better. It's like, how do everybody walking around sick, doing stuff that they don't like to do?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that's my.
No, I appreciate that.
That's my opinion.
No, yeah, I need a little pep talk.
Well,
from time
and
to
it's
time.
not even for you, because you got the gusto, and anybody watching this and see you play or see you live is going to know that. And it's more for just people to watching this to realize, like, maybe what we're trying to do here a little bit, which is sort of uncap this beautiful thing. You know, even for people to play out live, it's hard to get the attention of people that hire you. You know, oh, we want live music, and oh, but we want to pay you in beer and all this. That's a whole different alley. I can't go down that rabbit hole.
No, but yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's a challenge to get, I guess. It's a challenge to get your art form, I guess, respected.
Yeah, completely.
For sure.
And it's harder than ever.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people fighting to do that, and there's a lot of clever ways. Well, one way is to play music. So
Absolutely.
How about you play us one more? What are you going to play for us?
We're going to play Cinco de Mayo.
Right. Cool. This is 106.7 WALH. This is Third Shift.
I woke up this morning, I couldn't help groaning as I looked up from the floor. Well, my head was aching, my body was shaking, so I stood up to walk out the door. And I tried to recall what was my pitfall and where that was I belonged. All I remembered was my dear old brother telling me that he's going home. Well, Cinco de Mayo, oh my, oh my, oh, why must you always go wrong? Well, I thought that this year you might be kind, dear, but now I'm just glad that you're gone. Margarita, I wish I didn't meet you last night in that liquor store. But I thought you might be good for the family, so bought you and made you up strong. And I knew I was hungry, but I never did eat. And now that I know the cost, well, I don't regret it, Lord, I only wish my shoes and my money weren't lost. Well, Cinco de Mayo, oh my, oh my, oh, why must you always go wrong? Well, I thought that this year you might be kind, dear, but now I'm just glad that you're gone. Cinco de Mayo, oh my, oh my, oh, why must you always go wrong? Well, I thought that this year you might be kind, dear, but now I'm just glad that you're gone. Oh my, I'm so glad that you're gone.
106.7 WALH. That was Joel Hogle and Rob Stuckert with Cinco de Mayo. We're going to kind of wrap things up here. We kind of talked about where you are. You know, you're looking to kind of play more music, get in front of a crowd. Are you online, and people, can they find you there?
Yeah, I got a Facebook page. If you just search Joel Hogle.
It's a late, man. It's Third Shift. That's what
It's
people
all
don't
right.
realize.
Third
It's
shift,
like 3
man.
a.m. right now. So.
No, it's JOELHOGLE. And I'm not actually sure what the URL is, but if you just go to Facebook and type that in,
Awesome.
You'll find me as a musician.
Great.
You'll also find Joel Lehman Hogle as a person.
Yep.
And as much as I like, all of you, just like the Joel Hogle page. I get some friend requests.
You'll get
from time to time.
90,000 friend requests here in the next few months. We could only hope. We can only hope. Well, thank you so much for sitting down. Like, I want you to know a few things. Huge fan, you know.
Thanks so much.
Love what you're doing. Glad you're hanging out with Rob Stuckert, another amazing songwriter, musician.
Absolutely.
Just continue to do what you do. You let us know when you're going to be somewhere. We'll try to help get the word out. And I hope you come back to see us when you got some music recorded.
For sure. Right back at you, man.
Right on. Be sure to find us at WALHradio.com, and for the full video of the interview, go to youtube.com/deadrecordsonline. Tonight's programming was brought to you by WALH, Elm Street Creative Studios, Fly By Night, and Dead Records Online.